So, today we will start the chapter of Anglo-Saxon literature, which is actually in the book of David Daiches, part 1. So, we will going to start this chapter. Before I am going to clear you very one thing that British history is a very important part of UGC NET examination. So you can't skip this in your if you want to prepare for the examination. So you can't skip this part. Almost 70 to 80% content will come to your examination from this British history part. So we will have to focus on this literature part to crack the examination. So let's start the chapter. The Anglo-Saxon invaders who came to Britain in the later part of the 5th century AD and eventually established their kingdoms, they were the founder of what we can properly call English culture and English literature. They gave England its name, its language, and its links with Germania. That great body of Teutonic peoples whose migrations disrupted the Roman Empire and utterly changed the face of Europe. Some 400 years before they arrived in Britain, the Roman historian Tacitus had given his account of the Germanic peoples and how they looked to his civilized Roman eyes, and through we can see that Tacitus Germania idealized the barbarians in order to hold up the noble savages as an example to decadent Rome. We can nevertheless trace in his accounts something of the qualities of these people as they emerge out of the midst of history and legend at a later period. To the Romans, whose world they threatened and finally overcame, they were barbarians appearing out of nowhere to endanger with their primitive vigor and alien ways of thought both the political structure of the empire and the ideological structure of Greco-Roman thought. After the Roman Empire had become Christianized, the contrast between barbarian and Romans was even more striking, for the former were heathen and their life and their society reflected heroic ideals far removed from Roman Christians' theory or practices, yet the history of much of Europe in the so-called Dark Age is a story of the gradual fusion of these two ways of life and thought, the growing together of barbarian and Christian, and the grounding of both in an appropriately modified phase of the Greco-Roman tradition. Precisely who the invaders were, whom we have for so long called Anglo-Saxon, is not of primary importance to the student of literature. That they belong to the group of Teutonic peoples to which we can approximately give Tacitus' name of Germania is clearly. According to Bede, writing his ecclesiastical history of England, 200 years and more after their arrival, they came from three very powerful nations of the Germania. So, we will understand how these Germanic people came to England and the very important things, that is Dark Age. What is Dark Age? इस चैप्टर में हम लोगों ने डार्क एज के बारे में पढ़ा कि डार्क एज आखिर था क्या, और आप लोग एक बार फिर से इस चैप्टर को रिवाइज कर लेना। जो मैंने आपको आपके लिए पढ़ा है, आप उसको लाइन बाय लाइन पढ़ना और आपको और चीज़ें क्लियर हो जाएगी फिर दोबारा से इसको पढ़ने के बाद। थैंक यू सो मच।